Hello. Well, a lot of folks wonder, how do we create political influence toward a more progressive stance? Well, I believe that the more progressive party is the Democratic Party. So some of the points that I'll make will be involved with selling the party, influencing society, teaching the path to freedom, being examples, choosing good leaders, understanding the opposition, finding the good in oneself and others. Those are 7 points that I'll be talking about, presenting my views on how some of this can be done. Number 1, selling the party. Okay, A, B, C, D. A, find the values of your target audience or person. You need to know what is valuable to the person that you're talking to or the audience that you're talking to. Obviously. And B, share how the Democratic Party can help. Making contacts that you didn't have before, learning from each other. And how, especially for the person you're talking to, we need to understand how the party can help them meet or have a voice for their values. And help them understand the value of their voice in the party. In the Democratic Party, there are many voices. A lot of times people don't tell you that, but it's obvious. We have more conservative Democrats and we have more liberal Democrats. We have all kinds of Democrats. We have one-issue Democrats. We have both pro-life and pro-choice Democrats. So, depending on your position, it's how does this help your voice for the issues that you believe in? And there is a place for you in the Democratic Party. Now, you might not match up entirely with everything that the Democratic Party puts in, say, a national platform, but neither do the candidates that are produced by the Democratic Party. So take your voice to the Democratic Party. You will be heard. Make sure that they understand that they can be heard and that it's important to join in the party in order to get that voice heard. This is a two-party system. For good or ill, you got to be in one of them, or you're shouting up from a dry well to a town 5 miles away. Okay, now you got to help them to understand alliances favorable to them in the party. Okay, if they're very conservative, then there's the Blue Dogs in the Democratic Party. They're very conservative, much more conservative financially. So that might be a place for them to fit and have their voice. Then there's the Yellow Dogs. Even if we ran a dog, they'd vote for the dog. So that's your Yellow Dog Democrat. So there's a lot of different kinds of Democrats. Probably there's a group for you. And you tell them that. Okay, number 2, influencing society. Well, I think you should have meetings addressing shared concerns with your presence visible. So you want your voice, if they want their voice expanded, if you want your voice expanded, make sure that they know that you're a Democrat, but address shared concerns. And that means, whether it's, your local area, whether it's water concerns or air quality, whatever. Meet around a common concern, have meetings for that, and let them know you're a Democrat and that you're listening. B, honor and expand the voices of reason in educational institutions. So at your meetings, try to get some folks that are in the local colleges or whatever to share their expert opinions. That's, you give them great honor. Maybe if you're a big enough group, you can pay them a fee as well. C, work with helping organizations with Democratic-led fundraisers. So fundraisers makes you very visible. Let them know that you're Democrats doing that fundraising, and let them know where the money's going. For things that are important to everyone. That way, they know that that helps your voice, and it helps people understand how they can have a greater voice in the party for things they care about. 3, teaching the path to freedom. One thing that's very important for progressives, I think, to understand about their position is that they need, believe it or not, to clarify that freedom isn't license to do or say whatever you want. It's not that. B, to show them that freedom is a meaningless term unless you declare from what, as in freedom from hunger, persecution, etc. C, show or explain that freedom from negative things depends on faith or trust in ways to meet needs. What are these? Well, we need greater understanding. We need empathy with others. We need creativity. And interestingly enough, understanding is at the root of truth, and empathy at the root of goodness, and creativity at the root of artfulness, which really allows you to appreciate the beauty of life and the good in life and in other people. D, show the connection of wisdom and freedom. That, for instance, the enslavement of any one enslaves all of us. Get people to understand that. That's a biggie. Try to do that. And he also speaks volumes to other people that whatever their enslavement or helplessness in their situation, you're on their side. The Democrats are on their side. Being examples. Okay, A, watch yourself. Take a creative view of yourself as if from others' point of view. How do you appear? Do a snapshot. Replay how you reacted in a situation and how you might have reacted better. Nobody's perfect. Right? B, love even your enemies And if you see bad things, be courageous. As John Lewis said, say something, do something. People will hear you and be influenced by that. Pause before you act or speak. Control your anger and fear. Now that was number 3. What happened? Okay, there we go. Now, number 5. What happened here? Oh yeah, that was number 4 was being happened. Sorry. I'm not a professional here, that. Number 5, choosing good leaders. A, don't just listen to what a would-be leader says. Common sense, right? With how but be concerned with how the person behaves with others, especially those who oppose them. It's very telling about whether a person's a true leader or not. B, don't be fooled by mere promises. Consider what they have done. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. Well, what have you done so far? All right. C, remember the humble leader is better than the influential one, as they can doubt their own ideas and be more open to hearing the ideas of others and more open to new ideas. Choose a humble leader, someone who's genuine, not somebody who just fake puts themselves down, but somebody who truly is humble. Somebody who doesn't believe everything they think. Number 6, understanding the opposition. Okay. A, in conversation, repeat the view or argument of any oppositional statement to show you have listened and honored their view as worthy of consideration. B, find common ground and make statements that argue from that common agreement. That will be much more influential. C, don't assume their intent. You may not know it and can't be the best one to reveal it if you do. Let them do that for themselves. Good or bad. And they will. Now, the last point, number 7, is finding the good in oneself and others. If you can't see the good, then how are you going to work for greater goodness? A, approach others with the same forgiveness you would want for yourself. And B, understand that helpless experiences, listen carefully, in regard to needs, feelings, and their expression, can cause people to struggle for more attainable symbols of those needs as a defense against overwhelming anxiety, which is produced by helplessness. And that people in such anxiety tend, to the degree that they're influenced by that, they tend to have views that are defensive at points against practical ways of meeting real need in themselves and in society. Now, Such also leads to more tribalistic and self-concerned views. Hard Republicans tend to have such views, and they are not persuadable. So target the good you see in them, but move on. You can't do that level of therapy in politics. And realize that behind their hurt is usually a good and possibly great person. They are not your enemy. They are people whose real needs and empathy for all have become painful. That's what happens. When your needs are connected to helplessness, the need itself becomes anxiety provoking. And that can be a real problem. Adverse childhood experiences, various forms of post-traumatic stress disorder, these things have roots in that kind of anxiety, helplessness. It can get a little more complicated than that, so don't oversimplify and trust your local psychiatrist. Okay? Usually. If you feel you can't, there's nothing wrong with you checking with another expert and see what they say. Then you may not need a psychiatrist. Short of that, I would say try and help yourself. Anyway, see and seek awareness of your own forms of helplessness and hurt, and learn how to speak love to yourself. That's what I mean by helping yourself. And see the inherent good inside your own mind and heart. And that's the end. I don't know whether you agree with it, you disagree with it, or you want to throw rotten eggs at me, or whatever. But those are my opinions. What are yours? Whatever you want to post, if you see this. I'm not the kind of person that removes things that disagree with me. It's always an opportunity to learn. So I hope you enjoyed this very non-professional video. I'm not clever with these things, obviously, but I think I had something to say, and I hope it was useful to you. And I love to be musical, so I have this Irish saying that I really love, and I put it to music in my head. I can't write music, but I wanted to remember it. So this is what I had. This is how it goes. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. And while he's holding you there, I hope he doesn't start applauding the angels, the angelic choir or something. But anyway, have a good day. Namaste.